That was some interesting music you had there, Baddog.
That was because I'm on your stream. That was the ad that I just played there.
Oh, okay.
That was what that was. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, what the hell is that they just played there?
So, Baddog, we've had a couple of days now to recoup after the draft. Figured we'd do a nice draft recap show on our weekly Talkin' Giants segment. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
I need everybody in the chat. Do me a favor. Stand up, Giant fans, and we are here. We are live. Mr. Baddog, how you doing?
I'm much better than the last time we got together.
Yeah.
Much better.
Yeah, you look better. I just want to say hello to some of the people in chat. I see Luke in the chat, Odell Beckham, Nelson, Mike Nixon, Gabe, Steve the Dirt Man, Zexon Diamond, Zach White, Angel Rodriguez, Alan Nash. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. Once again, it seemed to work better last time, so every 5-10 minutes or so, if you guys want to pop Baddog's link in the chat and people want to check him out, I'd greatly appreciate that. And
pop it in there.
Yeah, and we're gonna talk the draft tonight. And I also wanted to bring up some of the undrafted free agents. I know you've been very busy with your channel streaming this, that, the other thing. You haven't been able to do a ton of research on it, but it is a hot topic right now with the Giants. They brought in some guys that I think could impact the roster. But really, I think we'll focus mainly on the draft and what our thoughts are now that we've had time to think it over and what positives we think can come from it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I had a chance to look over a lot of stuff. Like I said, I didn't look at the undrafted guys, but definitely changing my tune on the draft. I mean, did that video today about Daniel Jones. Obviously, our reactions are legendary as they went viral, which is pretty amazing. But it's just funny we were both in the same video. And one thing about my video that I thought was funny, you can hear you in the background yelling.
Yes, it's like we were both in the video, yeah.
Because my camera was right there. But, you know, like I said, the more I look at his film, the more I look at the fact that he had no freaking I mean, that guy's got nothing there. Nothing.
Right.
Somebody made brought up a really interesting stat today. Said that his receivers dropped 38 passes last year.
Yeah, it's cool. When you look at the film.
8 passes.
Yeah. And a lot of them were touchdowns. There had to be at least 4 or 5 dropped touchdowns I saw on film.
Yeah, that is crazy, man. So that obviously makes a big difference. Now, I still don't like him at 6. I don't want people to all of a sudden be like, wow, Brad, you changed it to that. You know, I still don't like him there because no matter what Gettleman says, I still feel like we could have somehow traded up and got him. But there is a lot of talk where they're saying Denver wanted him. And because he wasn't there, they were willing to trade back and get more draft picks because they wanted Daniel Jones and he wasn't there. So the guy they wanted at 10 wasn't there, so they traded down. I don't know how much truth there is in that statement, but that actually makes a little sense. But again, I don't know what to think. Like I said, because we needed a pass rusher so bad, I really wish we would have taken Josh Allen and somehow got back up into the top 10 if we had to. And you know, we wouldn't have got DeAndre Baker, obviously, but.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, man. I think that would have been the optimal approach. I just want to say hello to everybody that's popping in still. Jeremy, thank you for tuning in. Diamond, Cushmaster, Hooters in the house. A-Woods, if you haven't done so, please hit that thumbs up. Big Blues in the house. Thank you to everybody for being here. Really appreciate that. And you brought up the pass rusher. I completely agree with you still. And I'm completely behind Daniel Jones. I never hated the kid to begin with. I just hated it where we took him.
Right.
But I do like the pass rusher that we got in the 3rd round. He's not Josh Allen. He's not. But
no.
But I think he could be a good football player. You know, I mean, I think about we got Tuck in the 2nd round.
Yes. Yeah.
Out of Notre Dame. Now, Tuck wasn't the most athletically gifted guy either, but he was a good football player. And maybe, I'm not saying he's going to be Justin Tuck, but maybe he could turn into something along those lines where nobody was drooling over his athleticism. That's why he was a 3rd-round pick. A lot of experts thought he should be going in the 2nd round, early 3rd round. And when you look at him on film, the guy does know how to play football. He does have good technique. The reason he fell to where he did is because he's not a Montez Sweat. He's not a superior athlete. He doesn't jump off the chart with his speed at a combine, and he went to a small school. But the guy could play. I think he could be an impact player at the next level.
I heard something. Somebody said, I believe, and maybe I misheard it, but I think he's the first player from Old Dominion football that was actually drafted to an NFL team.
Really?
The draft. I don't think there's ever been a player from Old Dominion that was actually drafted. Maybe one signed with a team, but not actually in the draft. I thought I read that somewhere. Again, I could be wrong about that, but I thought I read there. Either that or maybe it's that could be wrong. I think he's definitely the highest an Old Dominion player ever went in the draft. That must have been what it was. That he's definitely the highest player that ever went in the draft. But even Strahan wasn't a first round pick.
Yeah.
So you never know. These guys, to me, the combine, it tests athleticism, but you don't always need to be incredibly athletic to play in the NFL. There's a lot of guys that are incredibly athletic that stink. John Ross always comes to mind. A guy ran a 4.22 40. They picked him 9th overall. He stinks. Eli Apple's another one. Eli Apple had a great combine. He's trash. Just because you can run, just because you can jump, that doesn't mean a damn thing. Can you cover? Can you tackle?
Well, that's the thing, and that's why we drafted Eli Apple to begin with. We drafted him more on his athletic merits, more so than because he was a good football. Which is why I like DeAndre Baker. DeAndre Baker is a really good football player. Hasn't allowed a touchdown in 2 years, and he's got great instincts. Now people will knock him because of what you just said. He runs like a 4.56 40. He's not a great athlete. He is a little shorter. He's 5'11", but he's a good football player, and he's going to be a grinder, and I like him. He was my favorite corner in this draft. I was very happy when we took him.
Oh, same here. I actually thought DeAndre Baker could go mid-first round. I thought that was our best pick. I liked that the best. And again, I was so numb at what had happened earlier in the evening that I didn't even react to us getting him.
Right.
I didn't even care, and I love DeAndre Baker. That was but yeah, so he runs a 4.56. So what? As long if he jams a guy at the line, he got safety help. He doesn't need. What does he need to run a 4.3 for?
Right.
The only time your corner needs to run a 4.3 is if he's trying to catch the damn guy from behind. But if you don't let him behind you, who gives a damn how fast you run?
Well, what they're worried about
technique and coverage skills.
Yeah. What people are worried about are burners, right? Him guarding a Tyreek Hill, him guarding someone of that nature. Right. Deshaun Jackson in his prime, guys like that. And that's where he will struggle probably, but that's one, like you say, you get help from the safety. I think he's going to be a good player. And then I'm just looking down the list. Julian Love, I thought, was a fantastic
great pick
in the 4th
Huge
round.
Pick.
Thank you so much, Stephen Lilly. Thank you, Dilly. He says, hi. He says, hi, you're the two guys who have the best faces for radio. And yet he has the first old...
Oh, he was? Okay.
Damn player pick. He was? Okay. Stephen Lilly, thank you so much for the super chat. He always likes to kid around. I really appreciate it.
I love Stephen.
Yeah, Stephen Lilly's awesome from across the pond. And he's staying up. It's 3 a.m. where he is, or 2 a.m. where he is. Right? No, 3 a.m. They're 5 hours ahead of us. Such a dedicated fan of the channel, giant fan. And thank you so much for that super chat, Steve. It means the world to me. Noah Kale's in the chat, by the way. If you haven't done so, please check out his channel. Love that kid. Very positive kid. What's going on, random guy? Thank you for tuning in the stream. But I just want to go over some of these picks here. So I love the Julian Love pick. That may have been the best value pick in this draft. Getting him as late as we did. Conley, the middle linebacker. I watched some highlights on this kid, and I think he could be at least a solid backup middle linebacker at the pro level. And they say he's fantastic on special teams. And Darius Slayton, I really like that pick. He's boomer bust.
Darius Slayton's very good.
Yeah, he's a burner. He's like
one
that.
One of the few guys, like I said, I don't watch a lot of Big Ten. I obviously never watched Old Dominion football in my life. I didn't watch Duke football, but I do watch SEC. So I knew Darius Slayton was a good pick. And that gives us our outside threat now. Now we have an outside threat. Whereas before we had a bunch of slant receivers. Now we have a guy that can stretch the field. So it'll be interesting. I mean, he's fast. It doesn't really make him a great receiver, but at least we got somebody with some speed.
Yeah, I was very happy with that pick. And Corey Ballentine, of course, he got shot. Everyone's saying he should be okay, but he's not going to be there for rookie camp, which is obviously completely understandable. Georgia Safo Ajayi could be a really good sleeper pick in the 7th round. A lot of people like this kid for where we got him, the offensive lineman. I think I don't know if he's a guard or a tackle. They said he could play either or. Some people think he's more of a guard. Hopefully he's a tackle because obviously we need a right tackle. But
yeah, we do.
But I think they're going to attack tackle in via trade or maybe after roster dumps in training camp. I could see them getting a tackle that way, but we'll see.
Well, there was a lot of talk about Mike Remmers, but I haven't heard anything since his second visit to the Giants. I don't know what's going on with Mike Remmers. There was a lot of talk about getting him. I did a video on the Mike Remmers thing, and I get a lot of Panthers and a lot of Vikings fans saying, stay away from him, he sucks. I had a lot of them. They both said that. So once I realized that, I said, well, damn. But, I mean, Chad Wheeler was the worst lineman, not tackle, the worst offensive lineman at run blocking in the NFL last year.
That's crazy.
And I think he was ranked 78th overall as a tackle. He was a 78th best tackle in football. That is horrible. That's why I couldn't believe Gettleman didn't address the right tackle spot, because Chad Wheeler is god-awful.
Yeah, that to me was, and hopefully a apologize good, but that to me was a big disappointment that they didn't address. And Daddy Juan just keeps writing Daniel Jones. Please stop. What's going on, Stephen Pazanzi says, what is up, Entertainer Baddog? Thank you for tuning in the stream, my man.
What's up, Stephen?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I'm with you on that, though. I was disappointed that they didn't attack. What's going on, Pat? That they didn't attack a right tackle earlier in the draft.
Yeah, I mean, I thought for sure we were set up at 17 for that. But I guess because we went quarterback in the first round, I guess they decided to go defense. But if you're drafting Daniel Jones and he's going to be he's not sitting 3 years. Gettleman's full of crap.
No way.
If the Giants are bad, he's playing this year. But don't you want to build your foundation around Daniel Jones? Don't you want to get that right tackle and solidify your offensive line?
Of course.
If he does play, you got a solid offensive line so you can run the ball and he's not getting killed.
Right. But here's the thing with Daniel. Stand up, Joe Hoffman. Thank you for doing the stream. Here's the thing with Daniel Jones and the Eli Manning thing. You bring up the 3 years. There is no way in hell. Dave Gettleman knows. Look at what Ben Roethlisberger got this year in his extension. He got like $60 million.
$63 million 2 years.
They're not giving Eli Manning that, and that's what it would take.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the going rate. And if they do, that's just stupid. You're paying him $32. This is Eli's last year. Anybody with a brain knows that. And if Gettleman ever brought him back another year, that would be ridiculous in terms of eating up that much cap that we have freed up now with these trades. And I love Eli. This is his last year as a Giant. Has to be.
Not only $30 million in cap, but you'd be having your 6th overall pick sitting on the bench for another year.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so there's no way that he sits for more than this year. No way. No. Yeah, way. And if the Giants are bad, he's playing.
Yeah, I agree.
If we're 2-6, 2-7, 2-8, 3-8, he's playing.
Right.
He's gonna play. There's no way that if we're 2-8 or whatever, Dave Gettleman says, well, we're gonna roll with Eli. Now, if we're 6-4, then he probably sits on the bench. If we're 6-4 and we're in the thick of things, then they're going to keep it the way it is, and that's understandable.
Yeah,
but
they should. Yeah.
If we're losing and we got nothing to gain, you have to play Daniel Jones. You have to see.
The one thing I will say, though, it's very possible they start out good. And what's going on, Kid Boo? Thank you for tuning in the stream. Go check him out if you haven't done so. What's going on, UCF Jaguar? Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah.
The one thing I'll say, if there's a chance they start out very well. They have a very soft schedule to start the year. They play 4 games. I could see them starting 3-1. I could see it. And then it gets harder after that, but I could see them being 5-4-ish around the 9-game mark. And then it gets much tougher after that. Yeah.
I think I had, when I did the schedule real quick, I think I had us 4-3. And then I have us losing 8 of our last 9 games. I think I had us starting 4-3, and then I had us plummeting near the end. Because I don't think we're as good as these teams in our division. And we're going to have a hard time beating the Cowboys and Eagles this year.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And even the Redskins. So it's...
Redskins had a great draft. How about the draft the Redskins
had? I think they the best draft in football.
Yeah, the Jaguars were great. The Jets were great. The Broncos had a great draft. Giants, hopefully it works
Patriots,
out.
Patriots, of course.
No, Patriots, I'll tell you, the Winovich pick by the Patriots. That guy... He is going to fit perfectly there. I was praying that he fell to the Giants in the 3rd round. He is like the perfect Patriot. You know he's going to get the most out of him.
Yeah, of course. They do it right that's why they're always competing. Because they draft. They know what they're doing. They're very smart front office. They got Bill Belichick. They got hand job Kraft, and they got
hand job Kraft. I like that one.
Yeah. So Mr. Happy Ending there. Kraft, they know what they're doing. That's why they compete. That's how you compete every year.
Right.
You just build through the draft every year. You're good at the draft. If you draft well every year, you're going to compete every year. It's that simple. It's really that simple. It's not that simple to draft well every year, but if you can draft well every year, then you're going to do it.
Let me ask you, what did you see on film? What's going on, William Watson? Thank you for tuning in the stream. That you liked, that you didn't realize Daniel Jones had, other than the drop passes before the draft.
The mobility.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize, I mean, he's not fast, but, like, he's more athletic than I thought he was.
Yeah.
You know, and he's more accurate than I thought he was. Because I don't watch Duke play. So I watch Clemson play. That's about the only ACC team. I'm in Florida State. I watch those teams. I'm not going to sit there and go, "Ooh, I got Duke's on. I got to watch Duke." So I know nothing about those. I just looked at his percentage. I go, this guy, 59% percentage. It sucks. But there's nobody there.
Right.
All these guys driving the passes. But I think that, and I think he's more accurate. Like, I think where Daniel Jones needs to be accurate, I said this in my video today, he don't need to throw the ball 60 yards down the field. If he's accurate throwing those 15 to 20-yard outs into too deep coverage in between the safety and the corner, that's where he needs to excel.
Dilly, thank you very much. One giant rebuttal. He says, Dilly, also chat, bang that thumbs up. I appreciate that. OGR, going over there and check his channel out. By the way, that guy is always donates. He's got a great channel, by the way. Very knowledgeable. I've had him on the channel before. Great guy, and thank you very much, OGR. But yeah, I agree with you. I think I think people, you know, and I preferred Haskins to him. I preferred Murray to him. I still do. I still think Haskins is going to be better, and I still think Murray, if he can stay healthy, will be better. But I do like Daniel Jones. And I think people, when they look at quarterbacks, I think they overrate. And I'm not saying arm strength's not important. It clearly is. But they overrate it. I think accurate. Oh, thank you so much, Stephen Lilly. He says, thing I loved after watching his kid could take a hit. That too. You saw him stand in the pocket, and all the highlights is he's getting hit. He's not getting scared of the pass rush. That is very true when you watch those highlights. Very good call there.
He stands tall in the pocket.
Yeah. But I think people, like, overrate, like, a cannon for an arm. Like, because look at Jay Cutler. He had a cannon. I mean, what good was that for him at the NFL level? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think, too, he wasn't an accurate guy at all.
Yeah.
You know, he had one of the best arms I've ever seen, but that didn't make him accurate down the field.
Right.
You can throw the ball far.
Right. And I think Daniel Jones has enough arm strength to make the throws you need to make at the NFL level. And I think he's much more athletic. I knew it because I started him going in, but I think a lot of people didn't realize how athletic he is.
I did.
Yeah, he's an athletic quarterback. He can move.
Right. That's why I did the video today, because when I actually sat back and I looked at all the tape and I watched him play, I sat there and I said to myself, you know what? He really isn't as bad as I thought he was. Like, I really thinking this guy stinks. I'm thinking the whole time before the draft, I'm like, I don't want the Giants to take this kid at all. Now, like I said, I still don't like him at 6. I still think we needed Josh Allen there. I still feel like we needed him there.
I agree with you.
But if he would have fallen to 17, if we had Josh Allen, he would have fallen to 17. I wouldn't have upset.
Could you imagine? We end up with Josh Allen, we get Baker and Daniel Jones at 17. That would have been the draft. He would have been the mayor. He would have been. Somebody said that in my comments today. He would have been the mayor, the toast of the town.
I shouldn't say that Dexter Lawrence. We got Josh Allen.
Yeah, exactly. And I like Dexter Lawrence, but he just doesn't fill our biggest need.
Right. That's an edge rusher.
Yeah. So that's the thing. What's going on, Texas Liberty? Thank you for tuning into the stream. Y'all don't. Yeah, well, of course you think that UCF Jaguar. You got gifted him with the 7th overall selection. How about the draft they had? I can't get over that. They get him and Jawan Taylor in the 2nd round.
Yeah.
Everybody thought Taylor was going to be a top 10 pick. He goes to the 2nd round of the Jaguars.
Yeah.
What's going on, Jeff Billings? Thank you for tuning in.
The Jaguars going to take him at 7.
Right.
I did not drafted, but that's when I was putting it together. That's where I had Jawan Taylor going 7th.
Right.
Going 7th.
They had a crazy draft, the Jaguars. Crazy draft.
That whole draft was nuts.
Yeah.
The only two things that I put together, well, 3. I had Kyler Murray going number 1, but I didn't know that was a lock. Nick Bosa going to the Niners, and Devin White going to the Tampa Bay Bucks. Other than that, I don't think I got none of them right.
Yeah. Well, nobody saw Clay and Farrell going to the Raiders.
No,
I don't think there was one mock. If there was one mock before the draft that had Calais and Farrell going 4, I want you to find it. Because I don't think there was one. That was a shocker. That was more shocking than Daniel Jones, because at least we heard noise about that.
Right.
And that explains. Remember before the draft, the Raiders sent everybody home? That was the secret. And, and nobody saw that coming.
The Raiders always draft. They never draft who you think they're going to draft in the 1st round, ever.
Thank you so much, Josh Latore, Dilly. He says Daniel Jones will be great. He can make all the throws, and he can be used in RPOs. Which that is, and that's another thing I saw in the film. But thank you so much, Josh. By the way, that's another thing I saw in the film with him, Daniel Jones. He ran a lot. I don't know if it was a lot, but in all the highlight tapes I saw, his running plays came from the RPO. So they certainly can use that aspect to the offense with Daniel Jones. We'll see.
He did rush for 17 touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's a lot of freaking touchdowns.
He rushed for 180 yards in one game.
It does help to have a guy that can get the hell out of the pocket. Yeah. And that is the biggest aspect of his game that I did not know he had.
Right.
That was because when I hear, he got trained by, the same Cutcliffe did Peyton. So I'm thinking he's statue like Peyton and Eli. That's what came to my head.
Right.
Is that he's a statue and he doesn't have I'm thinking he's got the same mobility as Eli and Peyton, but he doesn't have the arm strength.
Right.
So I'm sitting there going, I don't like that combination. But like I said, when I look at the tape and I see all the guys that drop all the passes, I like him a lot more. I'm ready to roll with him. I'm ready to go. There's Cruzon, yeah.
Dilly, thank you guys. Cruzon sees tight end to the Lions instead of Ed Oliver was dumb as hell. Actually, I talked to, and I agree. I would have rather Ed Oliver. Central Coast Climber, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, my two favorite cousins. Thank you very much, cousin.
Triple C.
I got to start calling him that. I saw you call him that in your stream yesterday. Triple C, that's much easier to say. Thank you so much. But I was a little thrown off by that too, but I will say one thing. I have a decent amount of Lions subscribers on my channel when I was doing those Gettleman projects, and a lot of them thought the Lions were going to go with the tight end. A lot of them. And I didn't think so either, but they ended up doing it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they're a tight end away from winning it all.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I mean, they like Derek Ebron. He went top 10 to them, too, a few years ago. So
yeah, and we saw Ebron took off when he got a quarterback. Well, not that Matt Stafford's bad, but
right. So yeah, he started to excel. He finally did what he was supposed to do. I remember I wanted the Giants to draft Ebron in that draft. Speaking
of guys you want the Giants to draft, I made a quick video on it today. You saw it. Yeah, I saw you comment on it. Conklin, huh? They didn't extend him for a fifth year. What do you think of that?
They didn't extend him.
Yeah.
I can't believe they didn't extend him.
Yeah. And do you think it's possible the Giants could get him next year or possibly trade for him? What about we trade for him? Do you think it's possible?
What could we trade?
You trade Janoris Jenkins. You trade a future draft picks.
What draft pick are we giving him, though?
That I don't know. I'm just saying, you think it's possible?
I mean, it's possible. I can't believe, why wouldn't they extend him, man? He's awesome. The guy's a beast. That's the guy I wanted in Giants draft, him and Leonard Floyd, and both teams traded up ahead of us. We ended up with freaking Eli up.
The thing is, he got hurt last year. I think that's why. He had, I forget, it might have been an ACL injury. I'm not 100% on that. He only played 9 games last year, and I think that's my guess. The Titans are like, let's wait and see. He didn't have his best year last year. He was 45th per PFF. But it was probably because of the injury. So I guess that's why they didn't extend him. But I think that's risky because if Conklin bounces back and has a big year, he's going to get paid what Solder got paid.
Yeah. Yes, he will.
Yes.
Guys, we got 152 people in here, so thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate that. Hit that thumbs up. We got 63 likes, 153 people in here. Come on, baby. You guys can do better than that.
Dilly, by the way.
Look, by chance you stumbled in here and you ain't subbed up to the entertainer. What are you doing? Hit that big subscribe button from a man.
And please, somebody put this man's link in the chat. It worked much better last time. A lot of people joined this channel, so I want to start doing that. I don't want you to spam it, but every couple minutes, put his link in the chat. Please sub up Mr. Baddog 7676. He works incredibly hard. We're just talking Giants draft. We're recapping everything. I wanted to go over. I know you said you didn't have enough time because you're streaming every night. You're a freaking lunatic. But I wanted to go over some of the. Oh, thank you so much, Kid Blue. You are the man. Dilly. He says the Lions don't need Ed Oliver. Well, that's the thing. They have 2 good interior linemen. But you're right. Also, Arizona dominated this draft. I'm not a big fan of. I know you love Kyle Murray, but I'm not a big fan of them taking Kyle Murray because they got rid of Rosen. They got nothing for Rosen. They basically got a 3rd-round pick for him. Yeah. So I'm not a huge fan of what Arizona did, to be completely honest with you.
Thank you for throwing my link in the chat, by the way.
Thank you for putting it in there. But anyway, I wanted to go over some of the guys. They brought in Reggie White Jr., and he's a receiver. He's not. When I made my video, I thought he was related to Reggie White. He's not, because it said in the description his dad played in the NFL, so I just automatically assumed. But it was not Reggie White, the pass rusher. His dad was just another player. But he comes from Monmouth. He's 6'3", wide receiver, and a lot of people like this kid. And I think it's the type of receiver we could use. We do lack a tall target. I mean, we have we don't have a lot. Let's put it that way. And
Right.
I think he's a guy that could challenge for a spot on the roster.
Yeah.
So
I mean, what do you think? They took Darius Slayton. They signed Tate Shepard. They got Cody Latimer. They got Corey Coleman. So
Dilly, thank you so much. Triple C says, I'm sorry, but Saxonville clearly won the draft. I said it earlier. I think Saxonville won the draft. I think the Jets had a really good draft. Quentin Williams.
Skins had a very good draft.
Yeah, and they got the pass rusher from Florida. Names escape me right now. The Jets in the second round. Ja'Kai Polite. So they had a really good draft. Skins had a really good draft. Denver had a great draft. Those 4 teams.
Patriots
too. But what else is new with the Patriots?
Packers.
Packers had a good draft too. Yeah. Actually, wait. Who did the Packers take again? I remember thinking they reached once.
No, they might have.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
I can't either. I remember going back and saying they didn't have a bad draft either.
Yeah. But the guy that I really like is actually from my hometown. He's from Seaford, New York, which is 5 minutes from where I grew up. James O'Hagan. He's a center. And I want you to look up this guy when we're done. He played for Buffalo. He was ranked the best run blocker in college football at the center position for in 2016 and 2017 from the center position.
So what happened last year?
He was still good. But the thing is, I think he's a little undersized for the position, and they say he's not super athletic, so they worry how he will perform at the pro level, which is why he went undrafted. A lot of people thought he'd be drafted, but...
so he'd be like a Richburg.
Yeah.
But Richburg, same thing. We got him in the second round, but he was a good center, but he was so undersized, he got pushed back into the lap of the quarterback a lot of times.
Yeah, he's 6'1", I think like 305. But...
oh, that's way bigger than...
Yeah, maybe 300, I think, but
like 270. The Richburg was really small.
Yeah,
300 is pretty squatty. I mean that you know.
But
that doesn't sound bad.
Yeah, but that's the guy that I like the most that I heard. They also brought in Jonathan Hillman, running back from Rutgers, that a lot of people think could be part of the rotation in the running game. Those are the 3 big names that I had, and Paul Adams, offensive tackle out of Missouri.
We could always use the tackles.
Yeah, who could contend?
They all have a chance to make the team.
Yeah,
every one of the tackles has every one of those tackles has a chance to start.
Right. You're right.
Every one of them.
You're right.
It sucked Cruzon. Richburg was one of the most overrated freaking linemen I've ever seen in my life. And he was awful. But he made Pro Bowls. That's why I think the Pro Bowl is so overrated.
What's going on, Bobby Woodruff? Thank you for tuning in the stream, buddy.
How you doing, Bobby?
Jones, Greer, or Locke? Jeremy says, I said in my video, it's the truth. I had Jones and Locke dead even going in. I didn't love either one. I like both. I didn't think either one was going to be a great pro. I thought that the top 2 were obvious for me, Murray and Haskins. But Daniel Jones I think Jones is the safest quarterback in the draft. That's what I said in my video the other day. I think he's the safest quarterback because he has all the fundamentals down. He's played in a pro-style offense. That's why. And he is the cookie-cutter quarterback. That 6'5", 225. He's got athletic ability to get out of the pocket, but he's a pocket passer. That's what you want, right? So he's your prototypical quarterback. Like if you were I'm not saying because he doesn't have the arm strength like Dwayne Haskins does, but in terms of his... Yeah, go ahead.
That's the thing, though, too. I was just going to say, with Locke and Greer, I had Locke ahead of Jones, but I had Jones ahead of Greer. But Locke went, 50th overall?
Yeah, he went 45th, I think.
Okay, so he went 45th, and we took Jones 6th. And they're even. Right. So, obviously, value-wise, Locke was much better than Jones.
Of course.
But...
Oh, Dilly, thank you so much, Q-Dog. He says, Baddog Entertainer, Daniel Jones told you. Yes, you did.
Let's Q-Dog, let's wait to see how he plays. But yes, I've definitely come around. Now that I got a little time. That's what I said. When I took the time to look at the film, I wasn't looking at our undrafted guys. I was looking at our first, 4. I was looking at I went up to Julian Love. I didn't even get to 5th, 6th. I didn't even get to those guys. I just know Slade from watching SEC football. But I didn't even watch Conley. I didn't even get to his tape, so I don't even know. I watched the first 4 rounds of our guys. So, right. But yeah, I definitely came around on Daniel Jones because I spent a lot of time looking at his film. Obviously, I had to.
Yeah.
So then I had some guy in my video say, "Oh, this is a bunch of BS. You just feel bad." They said, I've never felt bad for my opinion. I will never in my life feel bad for my opinion. Ever.
Well, I stand by my opinion. I wasn't knocking Daniel Jones the player. I still think Daniel Jones could be a good quarterback. I thought that on draft night. I was knocking the pick, not the player. I was in love. Everybody knows if you watch my channel and if you watch Bad Dog's channel, And when you watch this show every week, we were in love with Josh Allen. We thought he was the perfect player for the New York Giants. Yep. We didn't think it was ever possible he was going to drop. Yep. And then a couple of days before the draft, I did my final mock draft, and I started to see people saying he could drop. And I mocked him to the Giants, and I thought it was possible on draft night. And then sure enough, he's there at 6. And I was going in my head, I'm going, oh my God, we're gonna get the guy that is gonna change our defense like that. And we passed him. That's why I was so upset.
You mocked him probably because you get that.
Yo, Dilly, thank you so much, Josh Satori says, film, don't lie, Dwayne Haskins would not survive in the Duke offense because he can't move and had no 5-star.
Yeah.
It's a fair criticism, Josh.
Somebody made that point too. Dwayne Haskins had 8 NFL pros in his team. Daniel Jones had none. Mm-hmm. Daniel Jones said nobody on Duke got drafted, and 8 guys from Ohio State got drafted. So, I mean, Daniel Jones didn't have a Paris Campbell to throw to.
And Dwayne Haskins' offensive line is one of the top in the country, and Duke's one of the worst.
I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yeah, you had Josh Allen get mocked to us because I think you had Ed Oliver going to the Jets.
Yeah, I didn't know where I was going to put Oliver.
The damn Raiders.
I thought Oliver was going to end up on either the Jets or the Raiders going into the draft, or Haskins would go to the Raiders. That's what I thought. So I thought Allen was going to fall to us, or Quinn Williams. I thought one of them would fall to us, and it happened. And when it happened, we were so excited. We were like kids in a candy store.
Oh God, yeah.
And that's what made the reaction worse. Had Josh Allen been off the board, had Quinn Williams been off the board, and it was either Haskins or Jones or Haskins and Ed Oliver and Jones or whatever, I would have still been upset and I still would have reacted, but it wouldn't have been like that.
Oh God!
Yeah, it was because it was Josh.
It was because Josh Allen was a dream come true falling to us at 6, which we never envisioned happening. And like Chris said, we were both so enamored with Josh Allen, just saying, "Oh my God, this is our Khalil Mack. This is the guy that's going to get 15 sacks a year and put a ton of pressure on the quarterback from the edge spot." And when they decided to not go with him, because I'm sitting there saying, and I even think I said it before the I don't remember if I said it during our stream, if I said it during my video, because that whole part of the night is a blur to me. I remember saying, you can get Daniel Jones later. You can't get Josh Allen back. You can't get Josh Allen back, but you can get Daniel Jones later. I remember saying, I think that might have been after. I might have been when I did my recap of the first round. I might have said that you could have got Daniel Jones, but you couldn't have got Josh Allen. Once Josh Allen passed, you weren't getting.
No, he was the next pick, and you knew he was going to be. What's going on, Moisty Meyer? Thank you for tuning in the stream. Everybody, what's going on, Stealth? Thank you for tuning in the stream, buddy. What's going on, Juan? Thank you for tuning in the stream. Everybody that's here, thank you so much for being here. If you haven't hit that thumbs up, please do so. Ring the bell, join the channel. There's Mr. Baddog's channel right there, Poppy Goat.
Yes, thank you, Poppy Goat.
Please check him out. D Rose, thank you for tuning in the stream. Prime Wolf, thank you. He says, thoughts on what the Bears did in the draft. To be completely honest with you, Prime Wolf, I know you guys didn't pick till the 3rd round. I haven't done any research on the Bears picks, if I'm being completely honest.
I love Ridley. I think Ridley was a great pick for them.
Yeah.
I think it's a great pick for them.
But I think, I'm going to be honest, I think the North is going to be much tighter this year. I think the Vikings are going to bounce back this year. I think the Vikings will be a better team this year. And I think the Packers are being slept on by a lot of people. I love what the Packers did in free agency. And the Packers are sleeping.
They got the guys we wanted.
Yeah, they got the guys we wanted. Yeah, exactly. I think Aaron Rodgers bounces back in a big way this year. And I want to pick the Packers so bad to win that division this year. I think they got a real shot to do it.
Aaron Rodgers has to stay healthy if they have any chance.
Oh, of course. Yeah,
they have any chance. Yeah,
he's unbelievable.
Remember how the Bengals would have picked him at 10? Did the Bengals pick 10th?
No, the Broncos.
Oh.
But
Bengals would have picked
at 11. Bengals picked at 11. But the Giants could have traded up to 9. They could have traded up with the Bills to 9.
But somebody told me, was this at the gym? Was this at work? I don't remember. I heard this. Somebody told me the Giants tried to trade up, and they wouldn't take it. I think they tried to trade.
Oh, really? Okay.
God, who was it? I don't know if it was the Bills, the Dolphins, and the Bengals. I forget who they said, but somebody told me that they tried to trade up, and it didn't happen.
So then they just said,
which makes it even more sense that they took Daniel Jones.
So they just said, screw it, we're getting our guy now.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's no way we know that until after the fact. So, if all things being considered, if I know if I actually watched the film instead of just making a snap judgment, I even said that in my video. Somebody commented.
Everybody's writing it was the Broncos. All right, it was the Broncos. Yeah.
I said, everybody, I said, hey, that was on me. I didn't do my research on him. I made a snap judgment on it, and I said, I don't want the kid. He plays in Duke. Duke sucks. I think of Dave Brown. All this crap. I didn't actually look at it. And then when I got a chance to sit down, I said, okay, well, you know what? I was wrong. He's better than I thought he was. I still don't like him at 6, but I get it. And if we know all this stuff, I knew all this stuff going in, and then I knew we were trying to trade up and could not, then it makes sense.
Right.
I still don't like him. That'll never change. Like I said, until Daniel Jones proves that he is, and I'm not just talking about good. He has to be almost borderline elite.
He's got to be Eli Manning.
Or Josh Allen totally sucks, and Dwayne Haskins sucks. Then I'll be like, that's the right pick.
Right.
But those three things, one of those three things has to happen.
Right.
One of those three has to happen.
Right. He's got. Maybe not Eli Manning, but he's got to be a very good quarterback.
Yeah, I think the most likely of all that to happen is that Dwayne Haskins is a bust. I don't like. Listen, I wouldn't have. I certainly would have rather had Dwayne Haskins than Daniel Jones going into draft night, without a doubt. But Chris, I've said it a bunch of times on this show. I was a Kyler Murray guy. I don't like Dwayne Haskins. I don't like Ohio State quarterbacks. I don't like Urban Meyer quarterbacks. Right. I think that they fail in the NFL. I think that they can play very well in college, but they always seem to fail. That system does not work in college. It'll be very interesting to see how Dwayne Haskins does with the Redskins.
Right, and the Redskins don't have the best weapons over there.
But I think of all the quarterbacks in this draft, he had the biggest opportunity to bust. Dwayne Haskins.
That's fair to say. I'm not saying that. I mean, he has limited experience and he played in a college-style offense. So I definitely saw.
And he has no mobility.
Yeah, I definitely saw the worries.
His 7-step drop is so slow. He's just slow.
That's the one thing I hear about Daniel Haskins is his mechanics are great. His footwork is great. Daniel Jones, yeah, his footwork is great, but his delivery is very slow.
Yeah.
They say he needs to work on that. Needs to quicken that up.
Yeah, like mine. Like when Rover did my program. I have a very long release.
Yeah.
He said I had to shorten that up.
Yeah. Oh, did I say Daniel Haskins? Did I say
Daniel Haskins? That's what I wanted to do. My Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones, I meant. We're talking about Haskins. I'm thinking Daniel Jones.
Right.
Haskins won't. I don't think he'll bust either. To be honest with you, Jeffrey, I still think Haskins is gonna be a very good quarterback.
Yeah, I just said I think he's got the biggest. I didn't say he will be. I said he's got the. I think out of all the quarterbacks, he had the biggest opportunity to be a bust because let's face it, nobody really thought much of Daniel Jones, Drew Lock, or any of the other quarterbacks someone except for Kyler Murray. And I'll be honest with you, Kyler Murray's not going to be a bust. I'm telling you right now. Kyler Murray is going to be a very good quarterback. Now, this year he may struggle because Arizona sucks.
Right.
Their
offensive line's horrible.
Kyler Murray's going to have to make an adjustment because he's going from one of the best offenses in the country to one of the worst offenses in the NFL.
Right.
So he's not going to be able to do it all on his own. That's why he was a good fit with the Giants because we have the running back. We have the receivers. We have 3/5 of an offensive line, and he can make plays with his feet. That's why I thought he would fit here. Arizona, he's going to struggle.
We'll see. I will say he is in the perfect system. The air raid offense fits him very well, but the offensive line is so bad over there. They have to work on it. But we're going to take
we play him this year.
Do we? Oh, that's right. We play the West, right? Yeah. So that makes sense. But guys, we're gonna be taking. No, we don't play the West, do we? No, we just play them because they finished last in their division.
Yeah.
Oh, Vladimir Putin, thank you so much for the super chat, Vladimir Putin. Dilly says, hope Jones starts turning shit to school. Yeah, we hope so, Putin. Thank you so much, Vladimir. Thank you for stopping by. What was I gonna say? Yeah, we're gonna start taking questions from the chat, guys. It's 10:24. We usually like to get at least a half hour of questions from you guys, so please ask some football related questions, whether hopefully Giants, but draft in general, whatever you want to ask, and we'll start answering those questions. And please, somebody put Baddog's link if you haven't done so. Let's get him in here, and thank you so much for putting that out there. Hitbit, you're awesome. I'd say we have 2 fits. You think so, Playboy? I think. Well, we got. So you don't believe in Solder or Hernandez? Because Zeitler's great. And I think Solder played a lot better in the second half.
A lot better at the end of the year.
Yeah.
They found their chemistry. That left side played a lot better at the end of the year.
Yeah, I have trust in them this year. Haskins more.
I do too, because they're used to the system now.
Right. Here we go. We got a question from a bar. Do you think Daniel Jones will play a good amount in preseason? Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely. Definitely. It's very likely we trade Jack. I think so too. What do you think we can get for him? Okay, Lamel, and Lamel's awesome. But thank you so much, Vladimir Putin. What's your early Super Bowl matchup? All right, let me answer Lamel first. Oh God, I forgot the question now. It was what do you think we get for Janoris Jenkins? I think they're gonna be looking to trade Janoris Jenkins for sure. What could they get for him? The problem is his contract, right?
A 4th round pick.
Yeah, he makes a lot of money, and he's gonna be making. What does he make? I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it's about $15 million a year. Thereabouts.
It's 14 and a half each year. This year we would have a $7.5 million cap hit. Next year it's a $3.5 million cap hit, but he's $14.5 million each year.
At best, you're getting a 3rd round pick. At best, I think
probably a 4th. We got a 4th for Eli Apple. Granted, Eli Apple's not the player that Jenkins is, but
Eli Apple didn't have the contract. Yeah, exactly. And he had upside. He's on the uptrend where Jenkins is on the downside.
But I definitely think Jenkins could help a contender that has a weak secondary.
Right. Now, as far as the early Super Bowl prediction, I gotta go Patriots. You got to.
Patriots. That's our thing. Pats.
But no Gronkowski. You know what? I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna go NFC. I'm gonna give you one of 2 teams in the NFC. Because I don't want to go cliche. I don't want to be boring and pick the Saints. I don't want to be boring and pick the Rams. Playboy, thank you so much. He goes Saints, Colts. I'm gonna go Vikings or the Packers. One of those teams is my sleeper. I'm gonna stick with it. One of those 2 teams makes it out of the NFC, and I'm gonna go Colts. I'm gonna go Colts versus either the Vikings or the Packers.
No, it's gotta be Patriots. I like the Warriors. I won't pick against them until somebody beats them.
Right.
In the NFC, God, I don't think there's any great teams in the NFC. I really don't.
RK Masam, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate that, my man.
God, I'm trying to think of. Man.
Well, I mean, some sexy teams out of the AFC that people might pick are the Browns, the Colts.
They're not ready. The Colts definitely could do it.
Yeah, the Jaguars, maybe, with the draft they had. They bounced back.
With Nick Foles as well.
Yeah. The Chargers, the Chiefs.
I don't think the Bears are ready, Michael.
I think the Bears. I'm gonna be honest. I think the Bears take a step back this year.
I said the same thing. They had no draft picks in the first 2 rounds. They got knocked out in the wild card round last year. I know Cody Park. He missed the field goal, but the Bears played like crap in that game. The whole game, their offense absolutely lost.
Oh, thank you so much, Triple C. Jags making their first suit. They could. I'm not gonna rule that out. But Dilly, thank you so much for the super chat. They also lost Jordan Howard. They lost half their secondary to free agency. So I don't know. I think the Bears could still be very good. But I don't know. I think they take a step back this year.
I do too. Yeah, they got nobody to replace.
Yeah. All right, Yehuda, thank you so much for being here, brother. Thank you so much for being here.
I'm trying to know who the hell I could pick out of the NFC. I don't want to go with the Rams. But
Giants versus Bengals, Jeremy said.
It could be the Rams. They're probably the best team in the NFC.
Yeah, I just want to get a question here real quick. What do you think Dexter Lawrence can lose weight? Can he be a good pass rusher than a run? Chris Reynolds, I think they drafted him to be a run stuffer. That's what they got him here for. I do think he can get some push up the middle, and I think he's a little more athletic than Snacks Harrison was. So I think he is going to have the ability to get some sacks. I don't think he's going to be just a guy like a Snacks that is just a cog up the middle, but he's not going to be a guy that's going to get you 8-9 sacks a year. He's not that type of player.
This is the thing with Dexter Lawrence. You don't even need your defensive tackles don't need to get sacks.
Right.
Your defensive tackles are there. If they can push the pile and the quarterback can't step up in the pocket, that's when you're most effective. Because the edge rushers, if they go around, they're usually they'll push them around, and the quarterback can step up in a clean pocket. But if you have pressure up the middle, which is how we beat Tom Brady in Super Bowl 42, because Justin Tuck, like Kavika Mitchell, and these guys in the middle of the line,
Jay Alford,
back in his face, right? Alford, they got pressure up the middle. And Brady can't roll out. Brady's not a mobile guy. A lot of quarterbacks aren't mobile. So that push up the middle where they can't step into the throw, a lot of times that can cause a weak throw. It can get deflected. It can get picked off because if they can't step in and throw the ball,
right? If
they're back on their feet throwing it, the ball's going to float.
Or you could push them. You could push them to the edge rusher. right? Right by collapsing the pocket. So
that's what Dexter Lawrence's job is going to be, is to be a run stopper and to get that push up the middle so the quarterback can't step up into the pocket. That's what he's there for.
And he's going to be very good at that.
But he has talked about he's going to try to drop the 315 during the regular season. So he's 342, so he's going to try to lose the 20.
Really? Wow.
And he actually ran a faster 40 than Dwayne Haskins.
Which is crazy. Evan just said that. Question, will a weak right tackle hold us back like it did last year? Do we have a plan? Doesn't look like that 7th round pick will be starting anytime soon. Open mind freestyle. Great question. And of course it did, obviously.
I said it earlier. He was the worst run blocking not just tackle, worst run blocking lineman in the league.
And of course, before that, we had Eric Flowers at the beginning of the year, which was a disaster. The right tackle position right now is a big problem for me. I don't think that you could expect our 7th round pick to step in and be the starter day one. But what I will say is you can get a Remmers from the Vikings. You could get some guys that fill up rosters in training camp to compete for that spot. You could make a trade. They could still trade Janoris Jenkins. So there are options. They could still fill that void before the season starts.
Wheeler's not going to be a starter. I can't see this going. Gettleman must have some kind of idea that he has something to do, because you get that.
Oh, thank you so much, Playboy, man. Playboy's awesome, by the way. I always see him on your stream. He shows you so much support. He says, Colts vs. Vikings was my Super Bowl 51 pick. Bad flashback.
Yeah, no, Playboy's the freaking man. Love Playboy.
I took the Vikings last year and they made me look stupid, but I want to pick the Packers, but I know that it's such a crazy pick that I think the Vikings are a little safer, so I'll go Vikings.
I don't know if I had the Vikings going very far. No, I had Saints and Texans. That was my pick going into the for the Super Bowl last year. But once the Patriots made the playoffs, Chris will tell you, I never bet against them. I picked them every week. When I did this show with Uncle Lou last year, every week Uncle Lou, I said, Patriot, I'm not picking against them. I don't pick against them. I don't. And like we talk about, if I'm going to lose a bet, I'm losing because the Patriots lose. I'm not betting against that team ever. Not betting against Belichick and Brady.
And I was stupid last year. I picked against them, I think, in both the divisional round and the championship round, because I wanted them to lose so bad, and they just don't lose. They don't lose. I lost mad money and looked retarded because both missed the playoffs. A couple years ago. Yeah, I like the Colts this year. I really do. What's going on, Last Jedi? Thank you for tuning in the stream. Jessica's in the house. She says, I was just on Nordcam's live stream. Seahawks fan. I was like, okay, I have to go support my friends. Thank you so much for being here, Jessica.
Thank you.
How will the Jets do without massively upgrading the offensive line? Okay, I'll answer a Jet question. I think the Jets screwed up. And they had a really good draft, and they had a really good free agency. I'm not going to say they didn't. They brought in impact players. C.J. Mosley, of course, Le'Veon Bell, and the slot receiver from the Redskins, Crowder. So they had a good offseason. But I think the Jets dropped the ball on Paradis. He was there for the taking. He's one of the best centers in football, and the Panthers got him for $9 million a year because the Jets were so fixated on Le'Veon Bell. And I think that was a big miss by the Jets. I really do.
I completely agree. And get that.
Oh, thank you so much, Stephen Lilly. Dilly says, do you think Elway can get help for his quarterback fetish?
No. He can't. He's got a he don't know what the hell he's doing with the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
But the Jets, when I did the collab with Gangrene David, I talked about how I feel like the Jets need to upgrade their offensive line. This is before the draft. They got to upgrade their offensive line. I said, you did a good job getting Le'Veon Bell. They made some good moves. They spent a lot of money. But you have to protect Sam Darnold. And I'm telling Jets fans this right now. Don't think I'm hating on the Jets, okay? Because I don't hate the Jets. I'm not going to say anything bad about Sam Darnold because, I always like Sam Darnold stinks. It's not nothing to do with Sam Darnold. Le'Veon Bell is not going to be for the Jets what he was for the Steelers, guys. It is not happening. That offensive line was perfect for Le'Veon Bell's running style. The patience. He was able to be patient because that line up front was so good at pushing the pile forward and opening up holes. The Jets' offensive line's not going to do that. Le'Veon Bell's also sat out for a whole season. So it's not like he's going to be in football shape when he starts the season. It's one thing to be in the gym. It's one thing to work out. It's one thing to this. And he gained a lot of weight from what I understand. But to be in football shape it's going to take him time. He ain't going to come out and be like, I'm in football shape. It's not going to happen.
I agree with you. I love Le'Veon Bell, but I agree with you. I think the difference in offensive line is a big deal, plus the surrounding talent he had there. And I like Sam Darnold. I think Sam Darnold is going to be a good quarterback. I think the last 3 or 4 weeks last year, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, I think Sam Darnold had the best quarterback rating in football the last 4 weeks of the season last year. I think Sam Darnold is going to be good, but he's not Ben Roethlisberger yet. And they don't have Antonio Brown. So the surrounding talent, Juju Smith-Schuster, that Le'Veon Bell had to play with, it pales in comparison, what the Jets have. So, plus the offensive line is not even close. So, do not expect Le'Veon Bell to be this all-world running back. Unfortunately for Jet fans, he's not Saquon Barkley. Let's be real. Saquon Barkley could be anywhere, and he'd be ridiculous. I don't think Le'Veon Bell's that talented.
Yeah. Well, somebody tried to tell me Todd Gurley was the best running back, and I said, you look at the numbers, Barkley's got better numbers. Right. He averaged more yards a carry, he had more yards from scrimmage, he had more rushing yards, he had less touchdowns. But the Rams' offensive line was ranked 6th, the Giants was ranked 21st.
Right.
So, if the Giants ever get an offensive line with Saquon Barkley, sky's the limit for that kid. He could rush for 2,000 yards.
Oh, he will.
No lie.
He will.
I've not seen a talent like that guy since Barry Sanders, and he's bigger and faster than Barry Sanders.
Yeah, if they get an offensive line, forget about it. Any updates on Sam Beal? As far as I know, Sam Beal, as of now,
on schedule.
Well, he may not be the starter. One of these guys, DeAndre Baker, very well could be the starter. Sam Beal could be the third.
Trade Janoris Jenkins, though.
If we do, we don't know if we're going to.
No, but if we do,
if we do, of course he's the starter. Yeah, but Love could definitely compete too. He's a damn good cornerback.
It kind of reminds me of 2007 a little bit.
Will Allen and Will, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, who will eat more KFC next season, Haskins or Reed?
Reed. I mean, you got to go with Reed.
I hope it's not Haskins. But no, when they drafted the two Wills, is that what you're talking about when they had Will Allen and...
No, Corey Webster and Aaron Ross.
Oh, okay.
Those two guys, and then they had R.W. McQuarters, and they had, who was the other guy? But they had the two young guys.
Well, you said Webster? Oh, no, Webster was later.
Webster and Ross, but they were
Webster
there.
And Ross,
yeah, they were there in 07. They were both very young. Ross was a rookie, but we had good corners.
Yeah, Webster, of course, was caught Brett Favre's last completion as a Green Bay Packer.
Yes, it was.
There you go. There's the green screen. I think there's a ghost. Oh, Josh Latoy, thank you so much for the super chat, Dilly. Maybe package Jackrabbit.
I don't need that anymore anyway. We're getting a real one now, so we don't need that anymore.
We actually just talked about that, Josh, at the beginning of the show. That exact scenario. He says maybe package Jackrabbit in a trade to get Conklin this year. We brought that exact topic up.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that would be incredible.
Oh, Jaron Hosley was horrible, but he wasn't there in 07. I'm talking about 07.
Antro Roll was a safety, not a corner. Gabe. Hippet says, how good do you think Darnold will do with the talent around him? I think Darnold's going to be a good quarterback. Baddog's not a big fan of his. I think he's going to be a good quarterback.
You got to get his offensive line better. I mean, he's going to be as good as his offensive line. If you get a good offensive line for Darnold, I think he could be very good. But if he's running around for his life, he's not going to be good. I mean, there's very few quarterbacks in the NFL that are good with a bad offensive line. Aaron Rodgers is one. Russell Wilson's one. I don't know another quarterback in the league that's really good with a bad offensive line.
And I want to just answer Mike Nixon's question. He basically asked if the Giants struggle this year and Daniel Jones is bad, do you think they could still draft 2 if they get the number 1 pick next year? No. The Giants are not the Arizona Cardinals. They're a stable organization. If they spent the 6th pick on a quarterback, they're giving him a chance. And Daniel Jones is going to be the starter from day 1 before the Giants assess him as a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at what Eli Manning. Eli Manning, his rookie year, didn't start till week 7. Might have been 8. I don't remember. But he was horrible his rookie year. It was beyond. Yeah,
completion percentage his rookie year.
Yeah, and they brought him back and he got better. He made the playoffs his 2nd year, 3rd year, then he won a Super Bowl. The Giants are not going to hit the panic button and draft another quarterback the next year. They're going to give this guy at least 3 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Eli for
249. Have a great night, my man. He says I'm out.
I think this is Eli's last year. Somebody asked if it's I think this is last year.
Got to be his last year, I would think.
Daniel Jones had no offense. Yeah, exactly. We talked about that early. Dwayne King.
Yeah, he had nothing.
Yeah. But please shout out your questions. We'll try to answer them. Once again, thank you to everybody for tuning in the stream. If you have not done so, please hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to join the channel, ring the bell, and please join Mr. Baddog 7676. Somebody please drop his link in there so people can join the channel. DeAndre Baker was a good pick. Yeah, the last Jedi, we both loved that pick.
Yeah,
loved the pick.
I was my favorite pick of our draft, Jedi, was DeAndre Baker. And again, because I was so numb at what happened earlier in the night, I didn't even get a chance to really love it.
Flowers or Wheeler?
We don't have to. People ask about Eric Flowers. We don't even worry about Eric Flowers. Eric Flowers is gone.
Yeah.
Not our problem anymore. Not our problem anymore. Will Greer is. He could. I mean, who's the Panthers? Who's their starter going into the year?
Who? What? A quarterback?
Yeah, Cam's gone for the year.
No, I think Cam's playing. I think somebody told me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
He was out for the season.
I thought he was, but I correct me if I'm wrong, Chad. I think Cam Newton, there's a good chance he's going to play this year.
Well, then he would be the starter.
Thank you so much, William Watson. He says Andy Reid is normal weight, which is Andy Reid is going to be normal weight in 50 years with the way Americans eat in this country, and I'm just as guilty as anybody else.
William Watson has an unhealthy obsession with Andy Reid.
Yes, and by the way, there's Bad Dog's link right there. 40 Luck just posted it. So
Thank you, 40 Luck. Appreciate that, man.
Chris, who do you think will train the rookie corners if Jack Rabbit is traded? That's a great question. That's actually a great question because they wouldn't have any experienced corners on the roster. You know what? Maybe they stick. Yeah, maybe they keep him around because of that.
The cornerbacks coach?
Yeah, well, yeah, that would be a good person to learn from. Oh, Stephen Lilly, man, you are the man. He says, is it true teams worried about sacking Haskins due to him blending in with his O-line? I don't get that. Because he's so big. Took me a second to get that one.
Roethlisberger blends in with his O-line. Roethlisberger is an O-lineman.
That was actually pretty good. Thank you, Steven.
Yes.
I heard Corey Ballantine can move around. Yes, Corey Ballantine, that's what I read on him. He has the ability to play both safety and corner. So he's almost like a utility player. Is the Pope Catholic? Yes, but Mike Nix is entertaining. I wanted to also say there's a running back they're trying out. Yeah, the guy from Rutgers, Jonathan Hillman. Talked about him briefly. 6 foot, 225 pounds. He ran a 4.4740. A lot of people like him. They think he could be like the third back for the Giants on the roster, that he could crack the roster, and we'll see.
Who the hell is our third back going into the year?
Probably going to be him. It's
got to be, right?
Well, Paul Perkins, I think, is still on the roster. He got hurt last year.
Perkins is gone, and I know Stewart's gone.
Yeah, I'm almost. I think I could be wrong. Perkins might still be on the roster. Best New York team next season: Bills, Jets, or Giants. It's either gonna be the Bills or Jets, if I'm being completely honest. But who knows? As a Giants fan, I'm hoping.
I think the Bills will be the best team out of all because I just don't trust the Jets. I don't trust the Jets' offensive line.
Yeah,
that's my biggest contention with the Jets. And as a Giants fan, I know all about a bad offensive line. It hurts your team. It kills. You can't run. You can't pass. You can't do a lot with a bad offensive line. You can't.
Oh, you're right. I don't remember his name, Mike Nixon. There was another running back. I can't remember his name, but you're absolutely right. That from the guy from Lehigh. You're right. I don't remember his name that they brought in, undrafted free agent.
Giants should sign Eddie Lacy. No, we don't need Eddie Lacy.
Sam Rim asks, what are your thoughts on Ogletree? I'm not the biggest Alec Ogletree fan. I don't think Bad Dog is either. He struggles in coverage. He did come up with some interceptions. I think he had 5. He led
the team in interceptions.
Yeah, he had some big games.
Game against the Bears. Was it the Bears?
He had a great game.
He had a freaking ridiculous game against the Bears.
He had 2 picks in that game.
What was the Odell Beckham? But he picked it. First of all, he jumped up to knock down a screen. He picked it off and ran it in for a touchdown.
First play of the game, I think.
Next one, yeah. Then the next one, he freaking reached out with one hand and grabbed it. I'm like, where the hell was this Ogletree all year?
But Ogletree overall last year, to me, was a disappointment.
But I think he got better at the end of the year. And again, you got to give these guys an adjustment period. He does get paid a lot. If he doesn't perform this year, he's gone.
Yeah.
He's gone. I think Kareem Martin's gone. I think Jenkins is definitely gone. That's going to save even more. The Giants are going to have about $120 million. Eli. Giants are going to have like $110 million in cap space next year. The other thing I was thinking, Chris, and this could be completely wrong because I don't know what the Texans are going to do, but is it possible that Dave Gettleman said the hell with an edge rusher because we're going to go after Jadeveon Clowney?
It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. I'm not going to rule it out. Another guy, Shaq Lawson, maybe. The Bills did not extend him. Now he would be a flyer. He's been a disappointment to this point in his career.
Right.
But Lawson was thought of.
It cost a lot less.
Yeah, it cost a lot less, and the Bills didn't extend him today for the 5th year. And I think he's only got 10 sacks through the first 3 years of his career, but I think he's had shoulder problems, if I'm not mistaken. A guy with high upside there that maybe you take a flyer on next year. Shaq Wilson. Let's see what we got here. Giants may suck no matter who they suck. I'm not going to, we'll see. Do you think Grant Haley will stay on the team with all these corners? Well, let's see. They got, probably it's going to be a battle between him and Ballentine, the 6th-round pick.
Right.
Probably, to see who makes the roster. Yes, I will, Pavit. I keep forgetting to do that. Mike Nixon says, what are your thoughts on Josh Doctson not getting his option picked up by Washington? I would love him next year. High catch radius.
Don't like him.
Yeah.
Don't like him. Underperforms, always injured. Great at TCU, but he's been terrible since he joined the NFL. And he can't stay healthy.
Dilly. He says, why we need Clowney if Hill, Lawrence, and Tomlinson? Well, Clowney would play the OLB playboy.
Right.
He wouldn't play on the line. He would play the edge rusher.
Edge rusher.
But Clowney is definitely very good against the run. He's one of the best edge rushers in football against the run. So maybe
when is Tomlinson's rookie contract up?
It's a great question.
I don't remember when we drafted him. Tomlinson's not that good.
Yeah, he hasn't really gotten a chance. He hasn't played that consistently, but
he's not good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
good night, Whitney. Thank you for tuning in the stream.
Whitney's great.
Yeah, Whitney's awesome. I could see Gettleman saving on cap space next year and then really going for it in 2021. Possible, Stephen Lee, definitely possible.
Yeah. The Colts the Colts kept all their cap space.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they signed a couple, but not any huge moves.
Yeah.
Didn't like OV.
Ingram, okay, so he's still there. Then this is going to be his 3rd year.
Let's see what we got here.
He'll be there through 2020.
I missed the super chat. Did I miss the super chat?
No, you got Playboy.
I got Playboy. If that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, we need Clowney, Hill, and Lawrence. Yeah, you got it. Thank you, Bobby Goat, for throwing my link in there. Appreciate that, my man.
If my Bears didn't lose to the Giants, we would have had a 1st-round bye. We would have had the same record as the Rams, and we beat them. And the big mistake that the Bears made was they let the Eagles into the playoffs, right?
Yep. Somebody just joined your channel, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I just heard a honk. Thank you so much for joining the channel.
That day, I remember going into the Sports Fury stream and telling Josh, you will regret. I was saying this the whole time, I'm like, stop beating them. Let them win. You don't want to play. You can beat the Vikings. You're going to play the Vikings. You will kick their ass. You have them. You can tell. Don't let the Eagles in. They're dangerous. Don't let that team in the playoffs. Don't be stupid.
Right.
And it has nothing to do with Cody Parkey missed the field goal. I get it. But the Bears played like crap in that game.
They played scary.
Horrible in that game.
Yeah.
That was one of Rover's best rants.
Oh, that was his best. That's one of my favorite videos ever that I've ever watched. Every time I watch that, I'm in tears. Let's see. What are you guys' thoughts on Greedy Williams? Greedy Williams, to me, athlete, not a football player. He definitely could be a great corner. He's got all the tools you could want. But I'd rather a player like Baker. I'd rather DeAndre Baker.
Lazy, don't tackle, disinterested in tackling, disinterested in putting his nose in there. Not tough. Good cover corner, but I mean, I don't want that guy.
William Watson says, "How's my big ass?" I guess everybody always comments on my ass when I stand up. I'm out, Baddog and Chris. Keep up the good. G-Man 49. Thank you for tuning in. This
thank you, G-Man. Appreciate it.
How much
Robert Martin? Okay, I would have never known that.
How much would
remember Robert Martin?
How much would you be willing to pay Barkley once his con? You got to pay him whatever it's going to cost, Sam. I mean, he's that special of a talent. As long as he stays healthy.
Yeah, probably going to be at $15-16 million a year. I guess we'll see what Ezekiel Elliott makes, and then we'll know.
Bavit says, "Can you ask Baddog to show his?" Oh God.
Oh, my big duck. It's at work, Bavit. I keep my ducks in a row at work.
All right, now we're getting stupid questions here. But once again, I want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in to the stream. If you haven't done so, please hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to join the channel. Ring the bell. What jersey number will Daniel Jones wear? I'm
17.
Yeah, probably 7. Is there anybody on that? The wide receiver. One of the wide receivers had 17 last year, right?
Lalletta's 17.
Oh, Lalletta's 17. You're right.
Yeah.
Lalletta might not be on the roster.
That's my guess. He won't be.
Yeah. Then they signed what's his name? Tanny, right? Not Tanny.
Yes, they did.
Yeah. So
Lund ain't gonna be there.
Yeah, good chance he's cut.
I'll go hang out with Davis Webb.
Ramrup says, "Why do we look so sad?" We're not sad, man. We're not sad. We're just thinking.
Who said that?
Ramrup. Ramrup's awesome. Which wide receivers you think we will keep on the roster this season? 40 luck. Well, obviously Tate. Obviously Shepard.
Corey Coleman.
Corey Coleman for sure. Do you think
Cody Latimer?
Latimer's definitely on the roster, and then probably the guy we took in the 6th round, Slayton's probably the 5th guy. That's probably Coleman's definitely on there.
Latimer, Coleman's gonna return kicks.
Yeah, Latimer's probably definitely on there. We'll see if Reggie White Jr. could crack the roster. Possibly, a lot of people like him. So we'll see.
Yeah, Carlton Pence is watching out for Corey. I love Coleman. I loved him at Baylor. I thought he had a couple really good games for us. He's definitely a sleeper. I mean, he was a first-round pick.
Right.
The kid was a first-round pick. How he's bounced around all these years, I don't know. He was doing very good for Cleveland until he broke his hand.
Well, just special teams alone, I mean, he's worth. You have to keep him on the roster. I mean, we saw what he did in the kick return.
Oh, Russell Shepard. That's right. Russell Shepard is on the team as well. I just signed him.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of his, but we'll see.
I'm not either.
But I mean, he loves his Panthers. That's the thing. Gettleman loves his Panthers. Hey, Chris, Baddog, Daniel Jones' reaction is okay.
It's better.
Hey,
it's more angry.
Thank you for letting me know, Zach. I could care less. we were there together. Thank you for letting me know.
It's more angry. I don't know if it's better. It's more angry. I don't know if Chris can get as angry as me.
Yeah, I was angry. That's the I was pretty damn angry. I was pretty damn angry. What defensive player will have the most sacks for the Giants this year? That is a very good question.
What was the question?
What defensive player in the Giants will have the most sacks?
Zemenies.
What about
Golden right now?
What about Golden? Marcus Golden, the free agent pickup, got a shot. Yeah. He had 10 or 11 sacks a couple years ago when he wasn't hurt. I could see that. But yeah, definitely the rookie 3rd round pick could. Carter's probably the favorite. Lorenzo Carter.
Giants Blue says Josh Allen.
Lorenzo Carter's probably the favorite.
Josh Allen. Yeah, he was here. Yes. Yeah. B.J. Hill had a good year.
Yeah. Will there
still have 20 sacks? I wish.
Will there be a conversation on what the Giants should next? I don't know what that question is there. Who will lead the team in interceptions? Jenkins? I don't know.
Oh.
What's going on, Cowboys family? Thank you for tuning in. He says the Cowboys will have to apply pressure with our front D line on Eli. We should control the game, but cannot let Saquon go crazy. Well, yeah, that's the answer to beat the Giants all the time. I mean, that's how you beat us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Cowboys are going to get pressure. Their defense is unbelievable. Jalen Smith, Van Der Esch, D-Law getting signed. That sucked. I was hoping he walked.
Who wins the NFL?
Right into our locker room, Chris.
Who will win the NFC? Cowboys is my pick. NFC.
That's my pick too. Cowboys.
Yeah.
Baker or Peppers? Well, they play different positions, Michael. Peppers is a safety, Baker's a corner. So I don't know. You mean who's going to have a better year? I'm going to say Jabril Peppers just because he's experienced.
Who will lead the team in receptions, yards, and touchdowns? All right, receptions, I'm going to go Golden Tate. Yards, I'm going to go Sterling Shepard. And touchdowns, I'm going to go Evan Ingram. I'm going to go 3 different names.
Yeah, I'm going to go Sterling Shepard for receptions and yards, and I will go Evan Ingram for touchdowns. Unless Barkley gets...
I'll tell you, Barkley could lead the team in receptions.
Lead the team in receptions.
I didn't even think about Barkley. I'm thinking wide receivers.
The team in receptions.
Barkley could lead the team in receptions.
I think he did last year. He had 92 or something crazy.
Let's see what we got here. Ingram is a beast. I hope, yes. And by the way, please check out my Cowboys family. Always tunes into my streams. Isaiah's in the house. Hey, my 2 favorite black guys.
Gotta love Isaiah, man. He's the man. You the man, Isaiah. You the man, brother. You the man.
Thoughts on Ingram? I think Ingram's gonna have a good year this year. I think he's gonna be featured a lot more.
I do too, because you look at the last 4 weeks when Odell Beckham wasn't there, Evan Ingram exploded. And when Chris and I started doing this show, We every week we said how bad Evan Ingram was. We ripped Evan Ingram every week. Last 4 weeks, he played like a first round talent. So hopefully he can build on the last 4 weeks of the season and become the threat that he should be. Hopefully, because that's a big threat, especially in the red zone. If that guy can play the way he did the last 4 games and he can stay healthy, he's a big piece to our offense. A big piece.
Yeah. No, I think Ingram's gonna have a big year. I think he's gonna make himself a lot of money. He might not be with the Giants in the future, but I think he's gonna make himself a lot of money. I think he's gonna have a big year. Yeah. Ingram needs to improve on blocking.
That'll never happen. He's not a blocker, unfortunately. Do you think they'll start Jones over Manning? No, Daniel Jones won't start over Manning. Maybe by the end of the year he will, but not out of training camp. No.
Please tell all the
fantasy running back. Absolutely.
Who?
Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
Nasty said Jacobs is a fantasy running back. Yeah, absolutely. He's going to start. I got to imagine he's starting for you. Who's your starter? Marshawn Lynch retired, so who's their starter?
They brought back Doug Martin. But I think he'll be the starter. I'm just saying they brought back Doug Martin.
Yeah.
Entertainer, do you know when it starts in a week, I think? It's something like that. It starts soon.
It's not too far away, yeah.
Which rookie do you think has the most potential?
Josh Allen.
Are you meant giant rookie or you meant in general? I don't know what
that could be.
Either Quinn Williams or Josh Allen probably for highest ceiling. But for the Giants, I mean, I hope it's Daniel Jones, but I'll say DeAndre Baker. I think, yeah. Hey Chris, do you think Eli will take the Giants to the Super Bowl? No, I don't. I hope that would be a dream come true, but no, if I'm being realistic.
Christian, I talked about that earlier. I didn't get a chance to look at our undrafted free agents. I didn't get a chance to look at them. I'm so busy with everything that I just mentioned earlier. I got through like the first 4 rounds of film on our. I didn't see from Conley back. I just know about Darius Slayton, but I didn't see the other guys, so I have to look at them. I haven't had a chance to yet.
Jeffrey Simmons is going to be the best. Jeffrey Simmons was a good draft pick. I liked him a lot. Will you do any videos, updates on how the... Yes, I'm definitely going to try to put it... Anytime there's Giants news, I'm going to post it. You guys saw me post 3 videos today, and there's no news. So, anytime I could try to find anything related to the Giants, I'm going to try to post it. Do you think the Giants are going to bench Daniel Jones for... No chance in hell. And you agree on that, right?
What's that? I didn't see it.
Bench Daniel Jones for 3 years.
Oh, God, no. No way. That's Gettleman talking on his ass. There's no way he's benched for 3 years. No way. No. Because who's going to be the quarterback? They're not going to give Eli $30 million a year.
No, they're not. If they do, they'd be retarded.
Stupid if they did.
Yeah, they'd be dumb.
Might see another Rage video. They do that. It won't be as bad, but you're definitely going to see a couple guys that aren't happy about it.
Pavit says, Chris, I'm going to need that cute Spectrum jacket when you quit. Pavit, it's not that cute of a jacket, but if you want it, you can have it. Who you think the Giants can pick up next year with all the cap space? They're definitely going to go probably edge rusher.
Clowney's one, I think.
Well, Clowney's a guy they could attack. There's a bunch of edge rushers, but Clowney's one of them. They could go offensive line. I think they either got to go with like a right tackle, edge rusher.
Thinking of both.
They're not gonna go. They're not gonna go corner because I mean they just drafted a ton of them.
Maybe a safety.
Maybe a safety, possibly. Maybe they cut Bethea because it was only a 2-year deal. Yeah. Probably edge rusher. If I had to guess, that's really where they're gonna be targeting their big ticket free agent.
Going back, Chris Reynolds says, "Please tell Eagle fans stop comparing Sanders to Barkley." Well, if they're comparing Sanders to Barkley, they don't watch football. It's that simple. They don't watch it. Just because they went to the same school doesn't mean they're the same caliber running back. They're not. That's why Barkley went 2nd overall and Miles Sanders went, 2nd round? Where did he go? I don't even remember where the Eagles took him. 2nd, 3rd round? I forget where he went.
I think it was 2nd round. Somebody asked me who's our picks for offensive and defensive rookie of the year, but you can't pick the big 3 on defense. So you can't pick Josh Allen, Quentin Williams, and Bosa.
Well, that doesn't make any sense then.
Yeah, I guess he's. I mean, but if we can't pick those guys, the guy that I think is most realistic, trying to think of a guy that's in a really good situation.
Kyler Murray's going rookie of the year. I'm telling you that right now.
You really think so? He's going to get the start from day one. So
he's going to win offensive rookie of the year.
He's probably the safe pick.
Defensive rookie. If I can't pick those guys, Ed Oliver.
He's probably the safest pick, Oliver. Maybe Sweat as a sleeper.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe Baker.
Maybe Farrell.
Maybe Farrell. How about DeAndre Baker as a sleeper?
That'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Kyler's winning Rookie of the Year. Splash, don't lose. Yeah, I think so. I said it's going to be a Boomer Sooner year. It's going to be Kyler going to win Rookie of the Year, Baker Mayfield going to win MVP. Baker's going to win MVP.
We'll
I'm
see.
putting money on it. It's going to be one of the biggest bets I've ever made. $50.
It's what is it? 50 to 1?
I don't know what his odds are yet. I don't know what his odds.
He's definitely got a shot with all those.
Is
weapons.
Playboy still here? Playboy is a gambler. Is my man Playboy still in the chat? Somebody in the chat, if they're out yet, because I've been looking and I never see them. What are the odds Baker Mayfield wins the MVP?
It's got to be at least 25 to 1. Yeah. Yeah, it's 11 to 1, guys. We're gonna be wrapping up in about 5 minutes. Just want to say once again, what's going on, man? How you doing, Jeremy? He said, and we've been asked this a lot now. The NFC. Now, if I'm gonna go cliche, I'll go Saints, right? I'll go Rams. Those are the favorites, obviously. And I think you took the Rams or Saints.
It's hard to go against the Rams.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that the Vikings or Packers. One of those two teams is my sleeper, so I'm gonna go with one of them.
I got a question. Where's Ndamukong Suh gonna end up?
Good question. I have no idea. That's right.
I'll tell you where he's going to end up. The Patriots.
That's a good pick.
And watch.
That's
he's got like 12 sacks. Dominate. He's not going to the Giants. I mean, Ndamukong Suh's not a good locker room guy. And obviously, they're trying to clean up this whole garbage. Now that I think about this, Chris, and maybe this had something to do with it. I don't know how Haskins is in the locker room. But because a lot of people are saying he's about me, and I don't know if you saw, I don't know if this was in your stream or my stream. Somebody told me that Dwayne Haskins was charging people $50 to go to his draft party.
Really?
Yeah. So I think that the Giants didn't like his personality.
It's possible, definitely possible.
They thought that he wasn't good for the locker room.
I've got another sleeper I'm thinking about as we're talking about teams. And it's a crazy sleeper because they picked second in the draft this year, but they picked second for a reason. Their quarterback got hurt, and they added a lot. They added D Ford and Nick Bosa to that defense. How about the 49ers as a sleeper?
I don't think they're ready yet.
Yeah.
I don't think yet. You got to see how Garoppolo responds to that knee injury. That's all. And the running back is really, God, his name is escaping my freaking head right now. Their running back was really good last year. You got to love Kittle.
Didn't they draft? They drafted Deebo Samuel in the second round, wide receiver.
Yeah,
just a sleeper. I think they could be a much improved team. Let's put it that way.
Improved. I don't think they make the leap into the playoffs. I mean, what were they last year? They 3-13, their record.
Yeah.
They were tied with the so I mean, I could see them going to 8-8, but I don't know if that division's tough. Yeah. The Cardinals stink, obviously, but the Seahawks are still always competitive. And they own the Niners, and then the Rams are in that division. So,
yeah.
But they do have an easier schedule.
Yeah, I think the 49ers could contend for the playoffs. I'll put it that way.
They're going to play the Redskins.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
You only paid $20. I don't know what you're talking about there. Have a good night, guys. Yeah, we're gonna close this out in 2 minutes anyway. But you guys thank you for tuning in, Playboy. By the way, thank you for all the donations. I really appreciate it.
Oh, wait. Is Playboy here? Did I miss him?
He says, peace, y'all.
Playboy, you didn't hear my question. I was wondering if you knew Baker Mayfield's odds to win the MVP this year.
Pick 2 Hall of Famers on both offense and defense from the class. I'll go Bosa, and I'll go Josh Allen or Quinnen Williams. I mean, all 3 of them could be Hall of Famers. And, all the early guys. I mean, offense,
I can't see any offensive Hall of Famer.
Yeah, well, you like Murray, right?
I'm not ready to say he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. He's in a situation.
Yeah.
He's in a bad situation over there. I don't know. Daniel Jones.
Yeah, Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones, DeAndre Baker are going to be Hall of Famers. There you go. What's going on, Delano? Delano, we're getting ready to close out, man. But thank you so much for popping in, my man. Juwan Taylor could be. I mean, some of those offensive linemen always could be. When was the last time you guys cried over a Giants game? I don't cry easily. I don't know if I've ever.
When they won the Super Bowl 46.
Well, yeah, happy tears. I was crying when they beat the.
I've never cried over a Giants loss in my life.
I was close to crying the miracle at the Meadowlands against the Eagles. I was very close. I didn't, but I was.
Jeremy says 35-1, so that'll pay me a cool $17.50 if he wins the MVP.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
T.J. Hawkins and Jeffrey Simmons. T.J. Hawkins is not a bad pick. Tight end. That's not a bad pick.
Yes, Mike. I joke around about it all the time. I say Oklahoma takes transfers and walk-ons and turns them into Heisman Trophy winners. Jalen Hurts coming from Alabama. Why can't he? He's going to be in Lincoln Riley's system. He's going to have Trey Sermon and Kennedy Brooks back there in the backfield. He's going to have CeeDee Lamb to throw to. Yes, he definitely can win the Heisman Trophy next year. He definitely can.
But we'll see. But, guys, we are going to close it out. It's 11:06. What a great stream. I couldn't see the numbers, but you said there were 150 people in there.
Yeah, we had 150, 160 people in here. So, again, guys, you're the best, man. We can't – I never thank you guys enough. Considering where we started and where we are now and just your constant support in the show, we love it. We love doing this show. We love getting your questions. We love getting your opinions and everything else. It's just good. It's good to hear from other Giants fans, and it's good to hear from guys and gals outside the fan base too. You know what you think and everything else. So we love this. I mean, we love it being able to interact with you. We're so happy that you guys enjoy the show, and we look forward to doing more. And as the football season as it approaches, it's only going to get bigger. So it's going to be awesome.
And, Mickey, I saw that comment. I'll definitely see you Friday. I'll check out your stream. Lamel Sinclair, man, love you, buddy. Have a good night. Delano, have a great night. Gabe, have a great night. Nelson, have a great night. Thank you to everybody that was here. And, yeah, there's Baddog's link. Go check them out. But, V, thank you for putting that out there. Beef Jerky Joe, can you please post this right after I just missed you guys? Beef Jerky, I can't control that. It posts it when it posts it.
Usually our streams are posted it probably takes about 15 minutes to process it usually.
Yeah.
It's almost done. It's about 15 minutes you'll see it.
Yeah. Have a good night, 40 luck. Love you guys. Thank you, I Bleed Blue. It's never good to hear from Stephen Loy. Have a good night, my man. Poppy Chulo Chat, have a good night. Yeah, follow him on the Twitters, the whatever. Poppy Go, thank you for putting that link out there.
Baby Suplex, what a great name that one is. The Baby Suplex.
I never seen that one. That's a new one.
Yeah, that's great.
Thank you for tuning in the stream, Baby Suplex. Keith, have a great night. Mike Nixon Entertainment. Now that the draft is over, Met History Part 3. Yeah, I'll get working on that at some point when I have some free time. Have a good night, MH.
Somebody asked me real quick. Somebody asked me about the nonsense streams again, and I told them they probably won't come back until football season because those are open Friday nights. Right now, the basketball playoffs are going on. Those are big nights for us, the basketball playoffs. When baseball season's here, I know Chris wants to do Mets games. I definitely want to do Yankee games. When the Mets and Yankees play each other, we're going to be on each other's channels for those. Call the games together. It's going to be great. But Friday night during football season is an empty night.
Yeah.
So, and by then, we're talking months of nonsense. It'll be good again. But it was hard to do that every week.
At the end of the day, we're sports channels. We're not nonsense channels. We like that fun. But we're going to close it out. And just want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in. And I hope you subscribed. Hit that like button. Check Baddog. And as always, cheers, Baddog. Give him that peace.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great night. And we will see you next time. We go. Peace!